Let's dive right into this explainer. Imagine this scenario. Because, well, I think we've literally all been there at some point. Your teacher is up at the front of the room explaining a brand new lesson. You look around and your classmates, they seem to understand it immediately. They're nodding along, taking quick notes, completely engaged. But you're sitting there totally confused. You're trying your absolute best to catch up, but the class is already moving on to the next topic. It is an incredibly frustrating feeling to feel like you're just being left behind.
And, that classroom confusion inevitably leads to this exact moment. You're sitting at your desk, the glow of your laptop lighting up the dark room, and it's 2 a.m. the night before a huge exam. You're frantically searching YouTube, just trying to find that one video that magically makes the concept click in your head. I want to validate that late-night frustration right now. Most students don't struggle because they aren't smart enough. You aren't dumb. You are just trapped in a system that doesn't adapt to your unique needs.
So, the crucial thing we need to understand here is the massive difference between how traditional school works and how you actually learn. Think about the traditional teacher's pace compared to your pace. The teacher's pace is fast, and it usually only goes one way. Teachers have a massive curriculum to get through, so they generally have to teach using one standard method. But your pace? That's entirely different. Every single student learns differently. Some of us are very visual learners. Some of us need lots of real-world examples to make things stick. Some of us need things broken down step by step, or explained like we are 5 years old. And that is exactly where artificial intelligence comes in. AI is a complete paradigm shift because it adjusts specifically to your level. Not a genius level, not a complicated textbook level, but your exact current level.
Section 1. Your free AI study tutors.
Okay, I want to completely reframe how you think about AI right off the bat, seriously. Do not think of it as a shortcut or just a way to cheat. Think of it as an infinitely patient, 24/7 personal tutor that you literally never have to pay for. It is always awake, it never gets annoyed when you ask it to repeat something 10 times, and it's dedicated entirely to your success. Now, if you've been confused about which AI to actually use, here is your roadmap. We have the big three: ChatGPT, NotebookLM, and Gemini. They are all fantastic, but they each have very specific superpowers. Knowing exactly what each tool does best is the very first step to studying smarter. So let's break these down one by one. First up is ChatGPT. Think of this as your go-to, everyday academic heavy lifter. It is absolutely brilliant at taking really tough, abstract concepts and breaking them down into super simple language. It's also incredible for solving mathematical or scientific problems step by step, so you can actually see the logic behind the answer. Beyond that, you can use it to instantly generate customized reviewers and even create practice quizzes to test your knowledge before the actual exam. Next, we have NotebookLM. Now, if ChatGPT is your everyday tutor, NotebookLM is your ultimate study buddy for organizing pure chaos. Think about all those messy PDF readings, the endless PowerPoint slides your teacher uploads, and your own scattered scribbled lecture notes. You can upload all of those documents straight into NotebookLM, and it will instantly turn them into customized study guides and summaries. It will even generate a podcast-style audio discussion of your notes. So if you prefer to listen and learn while you commute to school, it's got you covered. Plus, it only uses the notes you give it, making it incredibly focused.
And rounding out our big three is Gemini AI. Gemini is fantastic when you need a spark of creativity or if you're a highly visual learner. It really excels at brainstorming ideas for essays or group projects. It's also uniquely powerful when it comes to visual explanations, generating better images, or even helping you create thumbnails or visual layouts for your presentations. Basically, when words just aren't enough, Gemini is the tool you want to open up.
Section 2, the secret to perfect prompts. All right, so you have the tools, but here is where most students get it completely wrong. The reality is AI is only as smart as the instructions you give it. If you give it lazy instructions, you get lazy, unhelpful textbook answers right back. The secret sauce? It's all in the prompt. Think about a bad, lazy prompt like simply typing, "explain calculus." Do that, and the AI will spit out a giant wall of complex mathematical jargon that will probably just confuse you more. Now compare that to a highly specific good prompt. Explain calculus like I'm a slow learner who struggles with math. Use simple words, step-by-step explanations, and real-life examples. See the dramatic difference there? When you give specific instructions and tell the AI exactly what you need, simple words, real-life examples, a patient tone, it completely changes its personality to match your exact learning style. Section 3. The best prompts for studying. I want you to think of these next few prompts like text messages you're sending to the smartest tutor in the whole world.
You can copy these directly and start using them tonight to easily cut your study time in half. Here's your first one. I call this the Explain Like I'm 5 hack. The prompt is, explain this topic like I'm 5 years old, using simple examples and easy English. This is absolutely perfect for those incredibly complicated, dense subjects like advanced math, science, engineering, or economics. By forcing the AI to explain it to a 5-year-old, it strips away all that confusing vocabulary and gives you the core simple concept.
Prompt number 2 is a total lifesaver for problem solving. Teach me step by step, slowly like a patient tutor. Don't skip steps. Have you ever looked at a textbook example and suddenly between step 2 and step 3, some kind of miracle happens and you have absolutely no idea how they got the answer? Textbooks constantly skip steps. Use this specific prompt for math and physics problems, and the AI will literally hold your hand through every single microstep, so you never get lost in the middle again. Now, just think about how much time this next prompt is going to save you. This is the Reviewer Maker prompt. Turn this lesson into an easy reviewer with summaries, formulas, and practice questions. Instead of spending 3 grueling hours manually highlighting a heavy textbook and rewriting all your notes, you can just paste the lesson text in, use this prompt, and instantly have a beautifully organized, incredibly easy-to-read study guide. So you have your shiny new reviewer, but how do you actually know if you are ready for the exam? Enter the Quiz Generator prompt. Make a multiple-choice quiz about this topic with answers and explanations. Listen, reading your notes over and over again just gives you a false sense of security. You have to test your actual retention. Taking a practice quiz generated by AI exposes exactly what you know, and way more importantly, what you still need to review before the real test. And here is a highly specialized prompt that is an absolute game changer, especially for our viewers in the Philippines. Explain this in simple English that Filipino students can easily understand. Look, sometimes Western textbooks use cultural references or specific phrasing that just doesn't click depending on where you're from. By asking the AI to adapt to your specific cultural context, you get explanations and real-world examples that are deeply relatable and incredibly easy to digest. And hey, you can adapt this prompt for literally wherever you are in the world.
Section 4, the ultimate AI study method.
Okay, so you've got the tools and you have the exact prompts to use. Now let's tie it all together into a calm, structured approach for your daily routine. Because remember, having a tool is entirely useless if you don't have a system for using it. This is how you use AI to truly learn, not just to copy answers. Let's walk through this concrete 5-step method. Step 1, upload your lesson or your notes straight into the AI. Step 2, ask the AI to summarize it so you get the big picture first. Step 3, identify the parts that still confuse you and use your new prompts to ask the AI to explain those specific, difficult parts really slowly. Step 4, have the AI create quizzes to test your memory. And finally, Step 5, teach it back. This brings us to exactly why Step 5 is the most important part of the whole process. If you can explain it simply, you actually understand it. This is the ultimate proof of learning. After you've gone through the AI summary, the slow explanations, and the quizzes, close your laptop, stand up, and try to teach the lesson out loud. Teach it to your dog, to your mirror, or to a friend, completely in your own words. If you get stuck while teaching it, that just means you have a gap in your knowledge. Go back to the AI, ask it to fill that specific gap, and then try again.
Section 5, learn smarter, not harder.
We've covered a lot of ground today, but I want to leave you with a really clear perspective on how to view your education going forward in this crazy new technological era. I need to give you a very strong but empowering warning right now. AI is a tool, not magic. If you use these tools to just copy and paste homework answers or to write your essays for you without even reading them, you are only robbing yourself. You won't improve, and trust me, it will show up on exam day when the AI isn't sitting there to save you. But if you use AI to genuinely learn, to break down those frustrating barriers in your understanding, you are going to become smarter and faster than you ever thought possible. So the crucial point I really want every student, especially those of you who have ever felt like slow learners, to hear is this. The students winning today aren't always the ones with the highest natural IQs. They aren't always the smartest in the traditional sense of the word. They are simply the students who know how to use the available tools better. Success today is all about leveraging resources, and you have the absolute ultimate resource right at your fingertips to completely level the playing field. So if you've been feeling slow, confused, or just left behind in class, maybe you don't actually need to study harder. Maybe you just needed better tools. And now you have them. It's time to start learning smarter, not harder. I challenge you to take action on this tonight. Drop a comment below right now and tell me, what subject are you going to have AI explain for you next? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next explainer.